Okay, good evening YouTube and welcome to episode 18 of the FPL family. My name is Lee, this is Sam, and we are going to look ahead to game week 11 in FPL. So some really good fixtures coming up this game week. For a change, and I think we've been missing out on Super Sundays for a couple of weeks.
Proper Super Sunday.
This is a proper Super Sunday. You've got all of the big boys playing each other. And a certain Mr. Harry Kane probably coming back from injury. We're going to talk about him in a second. I don't think your game is a Super Sunday game, though, is it? I think you're playing...
Excuse me, we're part of Super Sunday. Therefore...
Of course you are. Of course you are. How dare I suggest otherwise? Of course. Absolutely.
No, we're the BT game before Super Sunday.
The BT game before Super Sunday. Okay, all right, okay, we'll take that. First of all, guys, I want to say thank you to you guys for continuing to watch us, for following us on at FPL Family on Twitter. We're something like almost 1,700 followers now on Twitter in maybe 2 or 3 months, which is awesome. You've gone over the 200, I think, follower mark on Instagram, so that's awesome now. Too. We're nearly at 400 subs. We've been going like a couple of months, and I feel like we're just getting loads and loads of support and loads of love every time we put one of these videos out. So thank you guys for your support. As ever, spread the word, share the video, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and then head over to Twitter and Instagram at FPL Family to follow us. So, first things first, we are shooting on Tuesday evening. And the reason we're shooting on Tuesday evening, even before we know what Pep's doing with his team on a Wednesday, which is a shame, really, because we'd really like to know that to kind of analyse the upcoming game week. However,
the community spoke.
A ticket to Wembley to see Spurs Real Madrid does not come around very often. So you're going, right?
Yeah, and the community did say I could go.
Yeah, I put a poll on Twitter to say what should we do? Should we film FPL Family or should you go to the game? And what we've decided to do in the end is do both. So we're going to do this video a day earlier than we normally would. And therefore not know potentially what Pep's going to do at the weekend. But we will, as if we were going to know anyway, right?
But we did say we will Periscope later in the week, maybe Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, why not? We could do a little Periscope, couldn't we? Yeah.
So you can hear my ramblings about Real Madrid. And
how are you feeling about your transfers? Because we're going to talk about transfers clearly later on. Is it too early yet?
No, for a change, I'm very calm because I know if a certain man walks out onto the field on tomorrow night at Wembley, my transfer is done.
I think you're right. Or more importantly, if he walks off the field without holding his hamstring, I think then we're all on that bandwagon.
So if we get through 90 minutes, then I know exactly what my transfer is going to be.
I think you're right. So how are you feeling about that game, Spurs Real? Huge game, right?
Yeah, massively excited to be going. I don't actually feel very nervous. Normally when I go to Spurs I feel really nervous, but I think
Spurs are in a great position in the group, right?
Absolutely, and I feel like this time around there's not as much pressure because nobody really expects us to beat Real Madrid. No one expected us to win or even get anything out of the game in the Bernabeu. So
yeah, I suppose so.
The fact that we came away with a draw, Ali's back for this game, so the suspension's over. I just feel like, if we get something out of it, brilliant. If we don't, it's not the end of the world, so fine.
And the plus side is I get to watch Liverpool Maribor on the TV rather than having to watch it on my phone while we've got Spurs and Real.
So you're just delighted I'm leaving? Is that what's happening?
No, that's absolutely taken totally out of context as usual. I actually think that given we've just beaten Maribor 7-0, I get the feeling that game, I hope, guys, is a bit of a foregone conclusion.
I can see you watching the Liverpool game for the first half and then putting the Spurs game on.
Yeah. I mean, Spurs Real Madrid don't come around too often. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to be watching that if we go 1 or 2 up. But anyway, enough about the Champions League.
I will Instagram from the game tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let us know what the atmosphere is like and stuff. Yeah, so we've actually got the Chelsea game on. They're 1-0 down. I think El Shaarawy, if I've said that right. Another one of my.
Probably haven't.
If he ever comes to the Premier League, we've got another problem on these vlogs. He scored in like 30 seconds or something, so Chelsea up against it already. We haven't got United on, so we don't know how they're getting on. But I have seen that Lukaku's playing. He's dropped Mkhitaryan to the bench, so that's kind of interesting to see whether that's a rest or whether that's a bit of a.
I would get it on my phone
a bit
so
of a kick.
Watch that, but to be honest,
do you think it's a kick up the backside for Mickey because he's not exactly been performing lately?
Well, yeah, I mean,
could be, couldn't it?
Absolutely, it could be, or is it a rest? What is it?
Well, I don't know. Probably a rest. Given that United are not in too bad a position, they went and got they didn't perform that great in the last game away, but come away with the 1-0 win against Benfica, so they've got to be pretty happy with that. I've noticed Morata is playing, and actually he's gone for that front three again of Pedro, Hazard and Morata. So starting to feel like that's his preferred front three. Willian on the bench again.
It seems to be similar to what's going on at Arsenal with this three-way attacking
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, potentially.
Maybe more successful here. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see tonight. They've certainly got a job on their hands against Roma. Roma,
they have now,
excellent side. All right, that's enough Champions League. So let's get on with looking at game week 11.
I'm really excited about this game week.
Well, it's good, isn't it? I mean, as usual, guys, we're going to do, what our transfers are going to be, or at least what we feel our transfers are going to be. Like you've just said, I don't think we're going to be talking about that too much because I'm in the same boat as you. If Kane's fit, probably going to get him in. If not, I'm probably going to bank it and save it.
Yeah.
But clearly, let's talk about top points picks because that's trickier than it has been recently because you've got all the big guys playing each other, and I'll certainly be looking to, maybe the Liverpool West Ham game. Easy to pick Kane as a top points pick, isn't it? I guess, but let's, try and give some sort of, different opinion on these vlogs. So we'll pick Kane as the top points pick here and now, right, guys, and have him as your captain. However, let's assume that maybe he's injured and we come up with a couple of other options. The jammy pick is an interesting one. I've got a couple of corkers, some absolute corkers for you this game.
We've been through this before. Whose jammy pick is it?
Well, with a record of 2 in 8 so far this season, it's not going amazing, is it? Wilfred Zaha. When Wilfred Zaha scored at the weekend, you were up, weren't you? You were up not because Palace got a draw, but because the jammy pick had finally come in.
I couldn't care less if Palace got a draw or not. The jammy pick come in, and that is what matters. And this one will come in.
Oh, you've got a good one, have you, this game week?
Well, I mean, I think they're all good ones, and they've all.
Right, as usual, waffle and nonsense. 6.5 minutes of it. Right, let's crack on with.
I think we have to start. We have to start on Super Sunday, surely.
I think we should probably do the fixtures kind of backwards, shouldn't we? Because the games on Sunday are looking like pretty good ties.
Well, apart from the random one of Everton and Watford that's on also on Sunday.
Well, listen, I mean, with Everton potentially with Sean Dyche as a new manager coming up, it looks as if that's going to be announced. What's your feelings on that?
Well, it sounds like, from what I've heard since Koeman left, that anything is better than Koeman.
Well, yeah. And Unsworth doesn't. I mean, did you see what Joey Barton said about Unsworth on Twitter?
Well, Joey Barton needs to just
was it Twitter or was he on Talksport? I think
he
was on
needs
Talksport.
to stop talking, that man.
He said Unsworth looked like a fat PE teacher, didn't he?
He just needs to stop talking. He runs. His mouth runs away with him before his brain engages. That man.
Yes, I think you're right. I think either that or he's highly intelligent. He knows exactly how to get good PR and good coverage on Twitter, which I think is more to the point. He's quite intelligent, Joey Barton, I think.
All right, well, let's start with Everton.
Go on then.
I don't know. I think if a new manager is appointed before Sunday, that could make all the difference to Everton because you see the players pick themselves up with new managers because they want to impress, they want to change their ways. But, there's just no pace at all at Everton. Nothing. You look at them and they're slow, and you look at Watford and they're the total opposite of that. There's real pace, there's real drive,
as well as hunger and desire, which I haven't seen from the Everton team. That might change, of course, with a new manager.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Deeney's going to get his 3-match ban, so that will be difficult for, not so much from a fancy point of view, but it's difficult for Watford because he's their captain, and that will make a difference. But I still see a Watford victory. And
do you think Deeney missing makes Richarlison a better or worse asset? I think my opinion on it is that actually Deeney is great at receiving, holding it up, and laying it off to the likes of Richarlison, etc. So I'm kind of interested to see who comes in and takes that spot. It's probably going to be Andre Gray, I guess.
Okay.
And Andre Gray's a bit of both. He's a bit of that, but he's also quite a good mover. He will create space for Richarlison in potentially the way that Troy Deeney doesn't, because Deeney hasn't quite got the pace of, not that Andre Gray's particularly quick, but anyone's quick compared to Deeney. So I'm kind of interested to see how that affects the dynamic. For that reason, and because of Everton potentially having a new manager to impress, I'm not thinking about captaining Richarlison. Clearly, I'm going to play him this game week, but I'm not thinking about putting the armband anywhere near him. But I'm kind of interested to see how that works.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's never easy, is it, when your captain gets suspended? So for Watford, it's just a readjustment. I think it's his presence on the pitch. Perhaps that they'll
leadership,
miss.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
that vocal thing.
Because he does get him going, doesn't he? To be fair,
definitely.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and I think that's something that they'll miss. So if they're missing that, and Everton are buoyed by a new manager, it could make that game interesting. I think if Everton don't get a new manager, I see a Watford victory.
All right, and just a quick word on Sean Dyche. I mean, clearly, you look at the record Burnley have got defensively, not just this season but last season. I mean, we haven't spoken about, and I'm not sure whether we have time to talk about the Burnley and Newcastle game that happened yesterday. I was very happy to collect 9 points from Ben Mee.
Well, I bet you were.
I think Nick Pope got, similar, if not 10. So,
well, he seems to be the keeper to have at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, but Burnley defensively look great. So, if Sean Dyche goes into Everton, is he going to Is he going to shore them up at the back? Is that what they need? I mean, for me, it goes back to what you said before, and what we've always said is, I think it's the wrong sort of players up top. There's just not enough pace there.
I agree.
So what Dyche needs to do, in my opinion, is, shore them up at the back, absolutely. Get a bit of leadership in the middle, maybe get Rooney, get light a fire under Rooney and get him fired up about leading that team. And then get some width and some pace through Lennon and Morales and some of those players. So that's my view.
I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he actually goes there. I did see he's not the only one being linked with the job, though, is he? Because Allardyce has been linked with it as well.
He has, yeah. I think Dyche very strongly linked over the last kind of few hours on Twitter.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. Allardyce is in the frame, only because I think he himself came out and said, if Everton called, I'd take the call. Well, of course you would, Sam, because
you're unemployed.
You're unemployed right now, and Everton is a huge club. So.
Okay.
Look,
well, let's see what
ifs and buts, isn't
there.
it? But you're going for a Watford win, are you? Is it at Watford or Everton?
No, it's at Everton. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, people go to Everton and they've
actually
been terrible.
Richarlison's returns, if you look at them over the course of the season so far, away from home, he seems to have performed better than at home.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whilst that game is on, then the bigger game potentially at 4:30 is Chelsea and Man United.
Huge.
Love
a big game like that.
Oh, I do too.
Very difficult to call. Go on. Is he going to park the bus again, Jose?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yes.
At Old Trafford or at Chelsea?
It's at Chelsea, so he's going with his bus firmly parked.
He's got to. I
He
think.
is, yeah. So
he's going to go for the point.
But Conte won't. He'll be. I think he'll
want to win.
He'll
that,
play.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll want to play.
For sure, yeah.
So
are you going to play Phil Jones this game week? Because that's going to. That'll tell us what you think about this game.
Whatever I do with Phil Jones is wrong. I bench him, he gets 9 points. I play him, he gets 1 point.
Yeah, go on.
No, I'm not going to play Phil Jones. Because I think Chelsea will score in that game. I'm actually really tempted. I'm really tempted to get Hazard.
Against that United defence, 8 clean sheets in 10. They know how to park that bus. They do.
They absolutely do, yeah. But
if they can keep Spurs out, they can keep Morata and co out.
Yeah, but they kept Spurs out without Kane.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Get that.
There is a difference between playing Spurs with Kane and playing Spurs without Kane. And there would be a difference going into the Chelsea game perhaps without Morata and Hazard.
Okay.
I think it will be a draw. I can see it being another 0-0. But I also think that there could be goals in that game.
Okay. I noticed actually Jose has benched Ashley Young tonight in the Champions League. And I wonder whether that's because he expects him to have his hands full against Messrs Hazard, etc. at the weekend. I suspect he probably will. Ashley Young is going to have to attack as much as he is going to have to defend in that game, and really he's going to be knackered. And let's be honest, he's 32, 33 now, Ashley Young. He's no spring chicken anymore, so I get the feeling there's a bit of a rest for Ashley Young here in the Champions League tonight, and he's going to put him back into the team against Chelsea.
I think
he's going to have a tough game against Chelsea.
Yeah, but I think if you made me come down on it, I'd say that Man United will lose their
you think so?
Their clean sheet streak.
All right, interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'm actually not sure. I think it could well be another 0-0. I know that's a really boring thing to say.
Well, I hope not. I love a high scoring Super Sunday.
Yeah, I hope not too. I just can't see it. I just can't see it being high scoring. I just can't see that United are going to be ambitious. What I'd really love to see, Chelsea score early. I would love to see a Morata goal early, not just because I got him, but I think that would just totally open it up. United would then have to come at them, and Chelsea can therefore sit and absorb that and hit them on the break. An early Chelsea goal would make that game brilliant. An early United goal, it'd be crap, because actually United would just protect that lead, in my opinion. But let's see. Very, very difficult to call. FPL-wise, I've got assets all over the place. I've got Jones, Lukaku and Morata right now. Reality is, if Kane's fit, one of those two strikers is going to go, probably.
Okay, so which one would you lose?
Don't know yet. Don't know. Possibly Lukaku. Possibly. With a view to bringing him back in, actually, at some stage, because they've got a couple of nice home games after.
You're talking about the hokey cokey again?
Could be back on the hokey cokey, although, I don't know, if I'm bringing Kane back in for Palace, last time I got rid of Kane, I got stung badly for 16 points, so I'm not thinking about doing that again. So yes, very difficult to call. I'm going for a low scoring 1-0 one way. I think it could be 1-0 United again. Could be the same as it was against Spurs.
So I will be benching Jones for certain. Because I just feel
he's going to hurt you again.
He's going to look
back to back 9 pointers.
Yeah, he's going to hurt me. I know it now. But I'm fairly sure I'm doing that. Morata will only be in my team this week if Kane is not fit. Otherwise, obviously, he will be
not
going
fit.
back out for Kane.
Okay.
Because I want to keep Firmino. And I never thought I'd be saying that.
Yeah, we'll cut. So should we go there next, or do you want to finish up on the Sunday games? Let's finish the Sunday games.
Yeah, all right. So the prequel, is that right? Yeah.
The game before it.
The game before. The game before.
The amuse-bouche.
Yeah. The starter is Man City and Everton.
What a starter.
Man City and Arsenal, sorry.
City and Arsenal, yeah.
Right, so I think this could be a really fascinating game.
Go on, why? I've got my own opinion about this game.
I fully expect City to win the game.
Yeah.
I fully expect Arsene Wenger to have all sorts of boos and Wenger out chants on Arsenal TV later on that night. However, I don't think that Arsenal will get trounced. I don't see it being another very high scoring City lead, difference between the opposition. What I am giving serious consideration to is Otamendi and what I do about him.
Right, okay. So you see Arsenal scoring that game?
Because I see Arsenal scoring in that game.
Okay.
So, do I play him?
I think you do, because not only is he potentially going to have a clean sheet, because I see City having a lot of the ball in that game. So if he's going to keep a clean sheet, there's potential for that. I think you're right, Arsenal absolutely can score that game. But equally, he's good at the other end as well, right?
So, and that's why, for me, it sort of was a toss-up with Jones and Otamendi because I don't see either of them keeping a clean sheet.
So you're probably going to play one.
So I'm probably going to play one or the other.
Yeah, okay.
And for me,
you would go Otamendi over Jones.
My thinking was that whilst Jones could bite me and keep a clean sheet in that game and probably therefore get 3 bonus points, with Otamendi, there's always the opportunity that he's going to go and score a goal.
Yeah, true. Although I see the City and Arsenal game full of goals as well, but I am expecting Arsenal to get trashed.
What's really interesting here is that I haven't considered benching Alonso.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. But Alonso can always get you points going forward.
And
right?
I feel like he and Otamendi have both got that element to their game that Jones necessarily maybe doesn't have.
Yeah.
I found some really interesting statistics which we can pop up about Ozil versus KDB.
Go on. Yeah.
So actually, when you look at Ozil and KDB, they've actually had the same number of chances that they've created this season. They've both created 30 chances for their teammates this season.
Oh, you really expected KDB to be flying away with that.
So I was amazed by this. So
you've been on Ozil for a couple of weeks, haven't you?
I have, and I'm staying on it because I do think he's got potential here if Arsenal can start using what he's giving them. So if you look at the statistics in the breakdown, which we'll put up for you, Ozil's only played 562 minutes. In comparison to KDB, who's played 841, created the same amount of chances for their teammates in that time period.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice stats, I like that.
Now, what's really interesting about it is their pass completion is virtually the same. Ozil's slightly ahead, 86.3. KDB's on 86, so very, very similar.
Same, yeah.
Goals, both got 1. Assists, Ozil's got 3, KDB's got 6. And this is what I mean about City are using KDB's crosses.
City are getting on the end of
Absolutely.
it. Right? Sané's putting it away, Jesus putting it away,
Yeah.
Aguero's putting it away.
So
whereas Arsenal aren't, right?
So what's really interesting from a fantasy point of view is that Ozil, if Lacazette, Sanchez, those those Arsenal assets, if they can start linking up and playing consistently together, I think we could see Ozil being a really, really interesting fantasy asset this season.
Okay, so City have got the bullets and they got the gun, they got the firepower, whereas Arsenal got the bullets,
but they're not
sticking it away. Interesting, great stats.
And then on the back of that, you can take that as a point, and then you've got Sané.
Yeah.
Now I think he's really interesting. So since the game week deadline at lunchtime, he's had something like 127,000 transfers.
Incredibly, popular.
So he's incredibly popular
for good reason, right? Yeah.
He does seem to be nailed on in the team at the moment. Started the last 5 games in the Premier League, 8 out of 9 games.
He's
overall.
naturally left-footed, isn't he? So I think he likes him on that left side because of that. Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting is therefore he's going to come up against Kolasinac against Arsenal.
Okay, interesting.
Now, obviously, he's one for getting forward himself.
Could that leave a bit of space?
Could that be leaving space for him?
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
It'd be interesting to see what Pep does tomorrow, because at some stage, surely Sané's going to need a game out.
Maybe.
And with Aguero and Sterling not having started in the last game, it'd just be interesting to see, because I would expect Sané to drop out.
They got a tough game though. Napoli, he's going to have to field his best 11, I think, and I think Sané is in that best 11.
Correct. So that's what's making me wonder: is this game against Arsenal? Is that going to be a game where he could bring Sterling in instead, or Aguero?
He needs his best 11 for Arsenal as well, in my opinion. Yeah, interesting. This is what we keep saying about Pep and the lottery, right? Yeah. So I'll give my very, very brief thoughts on that game. I think Arsenal defensively look pretty poor. The thought of Sané, Aguero, Jesus, Sterling, KDB, all those guys up against Mertesacker, guys, that's bad. That's bad if you're an Arsenal fan. And I agree with you on Kolasinac and Bellerin. They seem to be far more potent going forward right now. They're both very, very good defenders, don't get me wrong, but you know, if you're looking for points at the minute, it's at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting City to exploit that, and I'm expecting City to, you know, even the teams that go and park the bus at the Etihad. Is it the Etihad?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even teams that go and park the bus at the Etihad, they will break down. They will find a way to score, and they'll do 2 or 3-0. It might take them a bit of time, but they'll do 2 or 3-0. Arsenal haven't got a bus to park. They don't know how to do that. They'll go and play.
That's not how they play.
And if they do think, all right, well, we're going to the Etihad and play for a draw, and they'll go totally against the whole ethic of how Wenger plays and goes, right, we're going to park the bus, they'll get mullered because they don't know how to do that. And Mertesacker will just sit deep, and City will kill them. So for me, it's another game where I think you've got to have City assets, because I'm expecting them to explode again.
I mean, I do agree. I just think that I can see Arsenal at least getting
I can see a goal. Yeah, I can see a goal for them.
I'm not saying I think they'll win the game, but I think there's goals in it for them.
Right. All right.
The other thing to just quickly say is obviously Otamendi's on his 4th booking, so going into that game, if he gets booked again, just watch it.
Okay.
Okay, and then obviously the biggest part of Super Sunday, Spurs versus Palace.
This is a quick one, I think.
It's very quick. I think the only thing to say about it is Kane playing. Spurs have said today that he's back in full training.
There's pictures of him all over Twitter looking happy and training.
Yeah,
so
they expect him to play tomorrow.
Yeah,
if he plays tomorrow and doesn't limp off, I would expect him in the team on Saturday.
And that's the thing. That's the thing in my mind is I absolutely want Kane in as captain this game week for Sunday's game week 11, nailed on captain choice.
Oh.
However, with it, 2-0 Roma. Cool, they really have got their work cut out now, Chelsea. So, yes, Kane captain this game week. However, if they're rushing him, rushing him back, and he tweaks that hamstring again, or worse, against Real, then you've got a problem. And you don't want to be bringing him in now, I don't think, today.
I would wait until Poch does his press conference on Friday, to be honest, before I do anything. He's not looking like he's going to go up or down again in value, so he's going to stick at 12.6. So I would just wait until, because Poch has a habit of last minute saying he's not going to play, like happened last week.
And very quickly, Palace assets. I think if you've got Zaha, I think you'd bench him for this game week rather than transfer out, because I still think he represents pretty good value. Let's have a look at the Palace fixtures coming up. They are going to... So they've got home games against Everton and Stoke after the Spurs game, and then away at Brighton and West Brom. So the fixtures look pretty good for Palace, as I think we said in the last vlog.
We have, yeah.
Once the trip to Wembley is out of the way.
And also, we will want to attack. We will go out and attack them. There will be gaps. There will be spaces. There'll be opportunities for Zaha and co. So, We're not that great at the defensively lately. We don't keep that many clean sheets at the moment.
I would back you for a clean sheet, though. I think I would back you for a clean sheet. I think I would, yeah. Despite the fact Palace have got the week to prepare for it. Yeah. I think of all the fixtures, and they're very hard to call this game week, guys. The fixtures, I would say Spurs at home to Palace is a home banker.
Okay.
Go on then. Next game.
Okay, I think let's move from me to you. And go for the evening game on Saturday, as we're going in reverse anyway. So
we're on TV, are we?
Yeah, West Ham versus Liverpool, 5:30 game on Saturday.
Yeah. Who's on your radar from this game?
Oh, yeah, we haven't really been doing that, have we? No, actually, to be fair, I didn't have anyone on the radar for those games. Only really Kane, but he's only there in case he's injured.
I think with the top teams, it's kind of what we try and do with the radar guys. We try and give you something that's a bit different to the I'm going to put Morata and Kane on the radar. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But come on, so Saturday, there's plenty of games where I think there's lots of radar choices there, starting at Liverpool, West Ham.
All right, so I think it's a Liverpool victory, to be honest. I can't see anything for West Ham. I think they've only won 2 of the last 10 games. They just look... I mean, to end the last game, the way that they did, I think for me that would that would worry me going into this game. It's a hard game against Liverpool. You're definitely not an easy side to come up against.
Yeah,
and
but
to concede in the way that they did in the 97th minute.
Yes, but our away form is really bad. We are really bad away from home. It's a long trip for us down into London. West Ham's home form, I think they've played 4, won 2, lost 2, so it's mixed to say the least.
Yeah.
So you're kind of not sure which side you're going to get when you go to the Olympic Stadium. Our away form is poor. If West Ham were coming to Liverpool, I would say, yeah, I would be looking at maybe Salah captain, or I'd be maybe looking at, Firmino even.
Okay.
But at West Ham, I'd really like to think that we can win that game for sure and build on the Huddersfield result, but I'm not sure. I'm going to hold my Liverpool assets, I think, because West Ham, in terms of overall form, let's kind of have a look at where they are in terms of overall form. Like, the home form is mixed. Overall form, they're about 15th in the league right now with 1 win in the last 6. So they're not in great form. On his day, Joe Hart can have a good day. Andy Carroll, I don't know if he's even fit, but I think he's injured actually. But if Carroll's fit, then he's a threat from set pieces.
He's been suspended, hasn't he, for getting sent off?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I don't know if he's back actually. We should look at that. And even then, Hernandez is one of those players that will cause little issues in the box.
But it's only if it gets in the box.
Yeah, I suppose so. So maybe I'm just being a negative Liverpool fan.
I think you'll win that game. I do. I think you'll win that game. Hence why I'm talking about, if Kane's fit, I'm getting Morata out and keeping Firmino, because I think Liverpool are going to win that game comfortably.
Okay. So Firmino on the radar?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. All right, okay.
I also would like to keep Aaron Creswell on the radar, because for all the negatives I talk about West Ham lately, he does seem to be a bit of a chink of opportunity with FPL.
And he seems to be on dead ball situations, doesn't he? Some free kicks and corners. He's getting crosses assists in the box. He will get assists if he gets... If Bilic isn't telling his team to load that box, get that ball in the box as quick as possible against Liverpool, because that is where we are weak. That's where we are panicking. And so Creswell's going to be commander-in-chief for that, surely. I
think so, yeah. I mean, and Lovren's not going to... It's probably unlikely that Lovren's going to play. Coutinho, who knows,
he's a doubt, isn't he, Lovren?
Play. Yeah, I think it actually might work in your favour if Lovren doesn't play, to be honest.
There's something not right with Lovren at the minute. I don't think his head's in the game. I think Klopp is saying he's ill or he's got some sort of little injury, but I'm not sure mentally he's quite right at the minute.
Lovren,
I think the Spurs game took it out of him. He's deleted a load of stuff on Instagram. He's tweeting stuff that he shouldn't be tweeting. So I think Klopp's given him a bit of space, and because of that, Clavan's coming in. Liverpool defensive assets on the radar for an away game. I think it's brave, but I've had people asking me about Moreno and Gomez. Well,
we've had Moreno on the radar before, because I wanted to put him on there, didn't I? And you laughed at me. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's brave for a Liverpool away from home, but I don't see West Ham scoring in that game. I really don't.
Okay. Well, after the West Ham game at home, there's a couple of home games, Southampton and Chelsea at home, and then Stoke and Brighton away. So the fixture list actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, even the Chelsea game is at Anfield, so you back us. I think you back us to do all right in that game. So Liverpool assets, stick on them, I think. And if I think Moreno is an assist or a goal away from becoming a bit of a bandwagon, because every other game week you might be getting a clean sheet from him.
That.
So he's sticking there under the radar. And if you guys are thinking of a downgrade in defence to a 4.5, Moreno looks more or less nailed on in that team now.
Agree.
He's Klopp's favourite, I think. So I think he's not a bad shout.
Okay. Right. Okay. Then let's go to lunchtime on Saturday. Then Stoke and Leicester.
Let's talk about that briefly then. So
I think players for the radar this week. I definitely want to put Mahrez on there.
I think at
8.4 he offers an interesting money point in terms of the midfield. He's in the lines of Mkhitaryan, Silva, Sterling. Those players, they're all in that sort of bracket area. Now he's guaranteed to start every week, so you've not got a rotation issue, I don't think.
You're not going to have him over a City asset though, are you?
Well, no, not necessarily, but you would have him over Mkhitaryan at the moment. Because a lot of people have still held Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, true.
He's only in 4.3% of teams, Mahrez, at the moment.
Pick?
So potentially.
Okay. Damari Gray, I think, is one that we should put on the radar as well from Leicester.
Okay, yeah, happy with that.
And the reason I think that is because maybe that's me being a bit bleeding obvious, because he did have a good game, didn't he, against Everton? And
absolutely.
I think the manager showed a bit of faith in him, stuck him in straight away. And Puel, I've noticed on Twitter, a couple of people were saying he's got a bit of a track record for doing that in the past. Puel, he'll come in and he'll kind of light a fire under some of the younger players, like he did it with Redmond at Southampton. So maybe Damari Gray, maybe Puel's looking at him and going, you know, there's some talent there. You just got to get the attitude right. And, you know, absolutely no doubt about it. His pace on the counter-attack against Everton. All right, Everton are slow, we've said this. But, you know, he was frightening, Damari Gray. And he was, all right, assisting the assist for the first goal. Was he credited with that second goal in the end? I think he was, because the shot was on target.
They said it was going
so a bit lucky to get that, maybe. But nevertheless, you know, involved in the game. Baseline bonus points look good. So Damari Gray, I think, on the radar. Potential for a jammy pick.
Maybe, yeah. I just think Leicester...
Not that I should be picking jammy picks. I get told off again.
I don't know. I think Leicester, new manager, they will go through a little honeymoon period, or they should do. Most teams do when they get a new manager. In years gone by, Stoke wasn't an easy place to go to, but actually this season Stoke don't look that amazing.
Hit and miss, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. So I can see a Leicester victory. So, you know, why not? Put them
next game, because we're at 30 minutes already and we've got loads to get through. So let's quickly rattle through these next few games.
So the only other game I think is really interesting this game week is Swansea and Brighton. And I think that is a tale. It's a game of competition between two of the bigger fantasy assets. So if Swansea win the game, it's probably going to be because of Tammy Abraham.
He's involved in a lot of those goals, right? Yeah.
So he's been involved in 71.4% of Swansea's goals this season.
Okay. Doesn't surprise me that.
Which is higher than any other player in the game.
Okay.
Closely followed into second place by Gross at Brighton.
Okay. So their teams are quite heavily reliant on these players.
So whichever one of those two turns up for their team on Saturday will probably win the game.
I fancy Tammy in that game, you know. I mean, I haven't got him. I'm almost a bit worried I haven't.
Yes, I mean, I have him. He's certainly, for me, if Kane isn't fit, he's a potential captain choice for me this week.
Tammy Abraham, potential captain. I like that. I really like that.
But that obviously, if Kane is fit, I'm 100% going to be on Kane.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
if Kane's not fit again, then Tammy Abraham, I think he could be a really good captain choice.
Okay.
I think the other one, there's obviously Abraham and Gross, I think, are obviously, they're clearly good fantasy assets.
Sure, yeah.
I think Murray has to go on the radar this week.
Murray?
Yeah.
On the back of one decent game?
That? No, 2 decent games. So he scored 3 goals in the last... Shush.
Murray?
He scored 3 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
In those 2 games since in those last 3 games that he's played...
This is another Okazaki all over. Go on. No, go on.
You can go off, people. So in those since he's become part of their team proper in the last 3 games, he's had more shots on target than any other player. In the game.
In the team or in the game?
In the game.
In the game. All right, okay, all right.
Don't question my statistics.
I'm glad you prepare for this.
So I do think that he's got to be one to watch. Brighton looking okay.
I'll give you that.
So yeah, I think that game could be a real fascinator.
Fixtures wise, the Swansea game, and then they're home to Stoke. So all right, yeah, I like that. And then away at Old Trafford. So I don't like that so much. But then home to Palace, and then home to Liverpool. So bit hit and miss, but a couple of really nice home games in there where Murray could do the business.
You only got to get one, haven't you?
Yeah, all right. Is he going on the radar, Murray?
Yeah, absolutely.
Outrageous. I was going to say something about Swansea then. So Swansea defensively, I think, look pretty good, particularly at home, and I think they can be pretty resolute away too. A guy that, and that game I think is going to be, I don't see there being a lot of goals in that game. I don't think they're very prolific, either of those sides.
No.
So it could be that you get a set piece or something. And actually, Alfie Mawson for Swansea, if he's, I think he's playing regular. I think he's in the team in a minute. I think he's got a bit of FPL pedigree from last season. You know, it could be a good battle against those Brighton centre halves from set pieces. So look out for maybe deliveries from AU and maybe, you know, Mawson getting on the end of it.
More about AU later.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. Let's move on to the other 3 games I think could be quite boring. Sorry.
Rattle through those then.
So let's rattle through them. Huddersfield and West Brom. If there is a goal in that game, and that's a big if, I mean, Huddersfield 0.7 goal return, West Brom 1.06. Looking like a 0-0. But if there is something coming out of that game, it's likely to be Rodriguez if it's West Brom. It's likely to be Moy if it's Huddersfield. But I can't see much going on there. Moving
FPL points for defenders. You're gonna keep your Fosters and your Hegazis and your Huddersfield defenders.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna play Foster this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on then, Newcastle and Bournemouth again. Can't see many goals in that game either.
Okay.
I think obviously Pope and me are doing the business for Bournemouth.
They play for Burnley.
I don't know why I've said that. I've written it in the wrong place. Look.
Just see that you've
I've written it in the wrong place. Look.
Pope and me doing great for Bournemouth.
Doing
Brilliant.
great for Bournemouth. Well, I actually was going honestly, I've got to do something every game to make everyone laugh.
I see we're talking about Burnley next, though.
We are talking about Burnley
right.
next. They're on
Come on,
Twitter.
Newcastle Bournemouth.
Newcastle Bournemouth. So Charlie Daniels I'm keeping on the radar because I do think...
Not Ben Mee.
Well, he can go on the radar, but for Burnley... Unless he's going to do a mid-season change.
I'll shut up now.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels, looking like he's going to go down in value tonight.
All right.
But I mean, these things don't seem to be working as they should this season. But tonight or tomorrow, maybe. I think potentially, if he goes down in value, he could be starting. Brighton are starting to
and the
have
Bournemouth
some decent fixtures.
I mean, the Bournemouth fixtures look great. Newcastle away clearly, then Huddersfield at home, Swansea away, Burnley at home, Southampton at home. There's clean sheets in there, 100%.
Definitely.
And with Charlie Daniels, you know what you're going to get. He's going to attack. He's going to get the odd assist. He's
And
going
he
to get
might
the
score
odd
a wonder
wonder goal. From the edge of the box. You never know. So
yeah.
If he goes down in value, yeah, potentially.
So
we've spoken about downgrading to Moreno to unlock a bit of value, being a potentially bit of a risky defender that might get you a clean sheet and a few assist points. Charlie Daniels goes in that bracket.
Definitely,
yeah.
and I think Charlie Daniels is definitely one for the radar over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, cool.
But I can't see that being a very exciting game in terms of the number of goals that
is
are
it at Newcastle?
Scored. It is at Newcastle.
It's a long trip for Bournemouth, isn't it?
Massively.
Yeah, I think I would go home win there, but Bournemouth looking a bit
small.
better, didn't they? They looked a little bit better against Chelsea, although Chelsea could have had a couple of goals.
I just see if the team's going to win, I see it being a 1-0 or it'll be.
All right, watch this space, and then Southampton, Burnley.
Well, obviously, Pope and me.
Yeah, now you've written it down. Yeah.
Now I've got them in the right place.
Very happy to see 9 points from Ben Mee on Monday.
Well, I'm glad you played him and didn't
happy.
bench a 9-point defender.
Do you know what that is? And I put a tweet out there during that game. That is why we love FPL, because the whole of the Twitter community was just like, "Oh, come on, Ben!" The like praying emoji. Ben Mee, Nick Pope. I'm just like.
Somebody said that to me on Instagram. I posted something about it, and he said, "I've never been so excited about Burnley." And
then when Elliott conceded, so when the guy, Hendricks was it? Hendricks scored for Burnley.
Yeah.
Oh, meltdown! The Elliott clean sheet's got meltdown. Couldn't believe it. The FPL community absolutely savaged Elliott on Twitter.
Terrible.
It was fantastic.
Okay, so Southampton and Burnley. Southampton aren't looking great going forward, so I can see more Burnley clean sheets.
Be playing my Burnley assets for sure. You're going to play your Southampton, play your Cedric? No, you've got Bertrand.
I've got Bertrand. I don't know. I don't know what to do about Bertrand. Everyone's getting off of him because of this change in fixtures that Southampton have got coming up.
Well, you're spot on with that. You're spot on with that. So they've got Burnley at home, but then it's Liverpool, Everton, City, Bournemouth, and the Liverpool and City games are away. And then I think after that it's Spurs away. So I'm thinking about who my replacement for Cedric's going to be, and I'm actually, you've put Charlie Daniels on the radar. That is absolutely one of the things I'm looking at is a Cedric to Daniels switch.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to do Bertrand to Charlie Daniels.
Or if I fancy a bit of a riskier one, maybe Moreno, because I think Moreno looks a little bit more nailed on in our side now, but. That's a potential for me.
Yeah,
it's not top of my list of things to do. And the problem we've got with the Pep lottery and the problem we've got with Kane being injured and the big hitters keep moving around. And if you're keeping an eye on the markets, guys, it's bonkers. It's bonkers. So Morata's up 1 week, he's down the next. Jesus the same. Aguero down and up. Kane down and up. Because we're spending all of our time there, the defence is getting neglected, in my opinion. Yeah. And actually, someone like a Charlie Daniels could really sneak under the radar over the next few game weeks.
I totally agree.
Southampton defender to Charlie Daniels looks like an all right shout to me.
I think that's one of my plans at some stage over the next couple of weeks. If Kane is injured and doesn't play, I might use this week's transfer to do Southampton. Okay. I might do Bertrand to Daniels this week. It
feels like a risky thing to do before an international break, though, because you know coming out that international break you're going to have other issues you have to sort out. You know you will.
No, but I'm talking about doing it for this week's transfers.
But therefore not banking too for the international break.
Potentially, but then I'll just spend 4 points.
Oh yeah, just spend 4 points, whatever. 4 million in the bank, yeah, whatever. Right, that's
6 million in the bank.
6 in the bank.
Okay, before so jammy pick, top points pick, and then the league update.
Go on, the jammy pick, because I'm really interested to hear where you're going with this week.
Okay, so
there's a lot of options.
There are. I fancy Swansea this week.
I would too. Yeah, go on. You can't have Alfie Mawson. I've called that. That's Lee's jammy pick. Go on.
So we're going with AU this week.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Owned by 3.9% of the game.
Okay.
13 shots, 2 assists and a goal this season. I can see him popping up with something against Brighton.
Should be 1 assist and 2 goals. Because I remember Tammy nicking one off him in a game a couple of weeks ago. So all the attention is on Tammy Abraham.
I mean, obviously, I hope from a personal point of view, it's Tammy that does the business, but.
Yeah, but if he's assisting, I think if he's assisting, which he absolutely could be, then I think it's a good shout. All right, jammy pick. AU from Swansea. I like it. All right. The one I'm going to put out there is Daniel Sturridge. I think Daniel Sturridge is absolutely one to have a look at. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right to pull that face, by the way. And if he can stay fit, by the way.
I don't know that you've ever said anything nice about Daniel Sturridge.
I'm not about to say anything nice about him. I'm just going to put him on there on the radar, potentially, if you want him on your radar. Heaven forbid I put someone on the radar.
I'm all right with you picking on the radar. It's the jammy pick stealing I don't like.
But also the jammy picks, right? So, we've mentioned Liverpool's form away from home doesn't look great. But I think you can get at that West Ham defence, right? And you can see that they're prone to an error, as we've seen at the weekend. I think he's got to play.
With Coutinho and Mane out.
We've got so many problems on that left-hand side. I think he's got to put Firmino there, and I think he's got to put Sturridge in the middle. Now, had the Huddersfield game gone the other way, and actually we struggled and stressed out over a 0-0 draw, I think the scapegoat there potentially is Sturridge. But you know what? He come in. He had a quietish game, but when it mattered, he steps up and he broke the deadlock. So I think Klopp's gonna go with him again at the weekend.
All right, well you go with Daniel Sturridge.
Listen, I'm not bringing him in, by the way, but I'm just jammy pick wise, I might go there.
I hope you've checked his under 5% ownership.
He cannot be over 5. Who's getting Daniel Sturridge in?
Well, I don't know. Your turn, everyone too.
All right, okay. So on my head, be it.
Top points pick.
Top points pick. Well, let's be honest. It's so easy to go Kane. I've noticed a lot of people that if Kane's injured, they're going to go Eriksen. I've got Eriksen. That's not for me this week. It's not for me. He's sat deep in the last couple of game weeks, and even against Palace at home, where I expect you to win, I expect Spurs to win big. Having Eriksen there, I think you're just asking for trouble, captain Eriksen. Could be wrong. He could pop up with a goal and assist, great. But if he sits deep again, you're asking for a 4-point captain.
Okay.
Or maybe a 6-point captain with a clean sheet. So top points pick. I'm gonna.
So it's Kane. If Kane doesn't play,
it's tricky, isn't it? Because I actually think, without being obvious again, you want to go to City because I've said that City are going to demolish Arsenal. But again, who do you go with? And it's the lottery. I could pick a top points pick and he could get rested, and therefore he's not going to get any game time. So I'm actually going to, on the back of us actually having a bit of a upturn in form, slightly, given that we've come off the back of the Huddersfield result. I'm expecting Liverpool to beat Maribor. I'm going to go Salah as my top points pick because I think, again, he looks really dangerous. Were it not for a penalty miss, and all right, it was a poorish penalty against Huddersfield, but if that goes in, he's got a goal, assist, and a clean sheet. He's on a 15 points because he's 3 bonus points. He's a 30-point captain. Everyone's like, oh, he's essential. He's essential, and you've got to have him.
Don't fancy Tammy Abraham as a top points pick?
Well, do you know what? Yeah, I mean, he's a bit more of a jammy pick, isn't he, because of his value. But maybe if I had some cojones, as Troy Deeney would say, maybe I would. I'd think about Tammy Abraham. Yeah, I quite like that too. So it's a tough call this game week, but I'm going to go Salah as my top points pick.
Okay.
And you're going to go AU as your jammy pick.
Right. Very quickly. I have remembered we've got to do a league update.
Let's do the league, go on.
All right, so not that high scoring the last game week in the league. Boys United still holding the lead.
Deshwell still at the top, 57 points last game. He played his wild card, right?
Okay, interesting. Looks like he did captain Aguero, who dropped to his bench.
Vice captain Morata, so that kind of worked out. Yeah, okay, good.
All got to hurt to have me on your bench, though, hasn't it?
Why would you do that? Burnley at home.
But if you look at his 3 other defenders that he did play, Otamendi, Jones and Cedric, And
I would have played me over Cedric, but listen, this guy's top of our league and I'm not, so who am I to say?
And then Vic DNA in second.
Vic on 68, so a good week for Vic again. Both Morata captain. All right, interesting.
And then
it's those 2 guys, isn't it?
They're constantly around the top there, aren't they?
Go on, you've got to have a go at pronouncing the team in third. Go on.
Firminiov,
Svedoci. Vladimir in position number 3, 58 this game week. So looking pretty good. Kolasinac, nice. Sterling 7, Vardy, nice. All right, Ben Mee, good effort. So the league is actually shaping up pretty well. And actually, Vic and Deshwell, I mean, Deshwell's still quite a few points ahead, but it's looking pretty tasty at the top.
Getting interesting, guys.
So if you guys are not in our league, join the league. The code should be below, about there. So join the league. And as usual, thank you for joining in with us this evening. Thanks for viewing the video. Hit that subscribe button. Continue to follow us at FPL Family on Twitter, at FPL Family on Instagram.
Join us for a Periscope later in the week. We'll let you know.
Yeah, join us for a Periscope. I think we'll do one after the end of the City game, so we kind of know what the results of the Pep Lottery are for that game.
I think we should also wait. Let's get through the Europa League on Thursday. So let's perhaps go for Friday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night's not really doable logistically either, because you're going to be coming back from Wembley, which is going to be very tough, isn't it?
And I'll either be like, or I'll be...
You're going to be up, yeah. So maybe Thursday night, join us at FPL Family on Twitter for a Periscope. Until then, that's it for another episode of the FPL Family. We will shoot again on Sunday when we react to game week 11 in episode 19. I think it's going to be a good Super Sunday, don't you?
Yeah, we're not leaving the house.
I think it's going to be good. It's good night from me.
And me.
Cheers,
Take care, guys.